Here we go. Oh. Ancient Alakazam. Let's get him. Let's not be lazy. You know what? Let's set ourselves up a bit first and then be lazy. Conversion 1. It does have Confuse where you have to roll. It's scary. You know what? I should put my Confusion strats to work and just get them done that way. We're gonna do that. We're gonna confuse the crap out of him. Having 3 characters that can attempt to confuse is just insane. He's poisoned already. Look at all his resistances. There he's confused. Good. Well, let's just lay into him. Actually, technically, we have 4 characters that can attempt to confuse in this fight, because if Fatty used Metronome, he would also have a chance to confuse. Because Ray is the only move Alakazam can use that can validly be imitated by Metronome. Because Pokemon powers don't count for that. Yeah. Or there was no way to, like, distinguish them. Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, I was gonna do that. I was gonna. He shook it off so quickly. I wasn't ready for him to just be fighting fit again. It's already poisoned. Wow, 4 chances and it didn't actually happen. And he missed anyway. Lovely. Confuse the guy. Confuse him. Confuse. Good. Yeah! That's what we want to see. Alakazam stabbing himself with his own spoons. Like, you wouldn't think a spoon is a good implement for stabbing with, but that just makes it, well, I mean, it's not very good for stabbing with. Can you, like, stop shaking off your confusion immediately, please? Yeah, if you try to stab someone with a spoon, it's still gonna hurt. It's just not gonna get the job done as far as, like, gutting them. What is this tangent? Never mind. Don't listen to me. There we go. We confused them again. I'm still thinking about stabbing with spoons. I can't help it. It's like on my mind now. Why? How did this happen? How is this what we came to? Ancient Alakazam, I need this fight to be over so we can change the subject. Stop shaking up confused the break turn after! You know what? I'm just going for it. I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I did lower his resistances, right? Yeah, ow. We've got him down more than half. He's fine. I should probably heal Fatty to make sure he's safe. Keep him safe. We don't want any more people missing out on experience here. No. Why are you so slow? Why are you so slow compared to all these monsters? It's because I didn't level you enough, or level you up enough, isn't it? We are going to get Master Heal soon, so that'll be nice. As soon as Eli hits 40, he'll get it. I don't know why I thought he was 1530 before, because he clearly didn't have the thing yet. I should have known. Lilith is the one that's 1530 with her status curing skills. Save. Now we did that. Because, jeez. Oh man. I'm gonna hit the Restore Stone out here. One more time. Because it's convenient. I mean, I could just use Damage Swap to fix our health, but that won't fix our MP. There we go. Put in the Mind Relic, and we'll be right on our way. Alright, one last fight with like the Western Arcanine. Until we make our way to the Sacred Temple, and we get encounters with more things anyway. Whatever. We're on our way. We're well on our way. Got like another hour, 20 minutes to finish this. Yeah, we'll get there. The next section is not very complex. Actually, this first bit of Area 8 is kind of the more complicated part. The final bit is kind of long, but not for the, like, puzzle-solving reasons. It's just overly large. Ancient door opens slowly. Words! I can talk. Don't mind me. Here we are in the Sacred Temple. There's an angel. Goodbye, angel. Ancient door stays shut. Aww.
I've been waiting for you.
Waiting for us? Who are you?
Please allow me to explain. I have much I need to tell you. I am Deodar, the angel that guards these ruins. This temple helps to keep the elements of nature in balance. However, the balance is not always willing to be maintained. What do you mean? There is one of the mind element that is upsetting the balance even as we speak. He is a cruel beast who has turned the other elements of the world against the people of it.
Turned against? Didn't Beale say something about that?
Ah, yes. Beale and Oak don't know how right they are.
So, what? You mean there's, like, a mastermind behind these attacks?
You could call him that. His meddling is causing much trouble. This could mean the destruction of humanity if not something isn't done. This is where you four come in. You may not have realized it, but you've been opposing him the whole time. Who is he? Why would he do this? You will meet him soon enough, and you can find out what you wish then.
Meet him where?
I know where you can reach on your own. I must help you find him. Your task is merely to defeat him.
But wait.
Please prepare yourselves and come to the back of the temple. I'll be waiting.
What do you guys think? I think this is more complex than we originally thought.
Who could he be? If he can influence all the creatures on Earth and stay up beyond our reach.
She said we'll find out soon.
This whole thing seems fishy to me. We should have listened to the Pathfinder and given up.
We're here now, so we might as well follow through with it. I kinda want to see how this turns out anyway. Guys, I'm not asking you to come with me, but if you do, I'll expect your help until the end.
You can count on me.
I will never back down.
Until the end.
PT?
That's fine. It's your choice.
Oh, man. You can't just let it go. Alright. Away we go.
Where will we go? What will we do? There's a dragon.
Thoughts?
Are you ready to go?
No. Yes.
Alright, allow me to introduce you. This is Draco, the free-spirited dragon. He will escort you where you need to go.
We have to ride a dragon.
Cool.
Before you go, I must do one thing. There, now you need not be afraid of falling.
Falling? As in falling down? This doesn't sound so good.
Please, have faith.
We're in the sky?
We're in the sky!
This is incredible. How are we staying up? Theodore said she made it so we wouldn't fall. Must have been a blessing or something. After all, we are standing on a cloud.
Where are we supposed to go?
I have no clue. Let's take a look around. Alright, so here we are. Part 2 of Area 8. We're in the sky. And, Draco's basically an airship. You can fly around and land him on these little pads. You can't just fly him over the clouds because that would be too convenient. You also don't get into encounters when you're here. Well, yeah, you see, you can't land wherever there isn't terrain to land upon. Blech, terrible. And these weird objects just stop you from reaching the edge of the screen. They're about as arbitrary as, like, those weird side-of-the-road barrel things, the cylinders in actual Pokémon. What even are those supposed to be? I honestly don't know. But whatever. Here we are in the sky, we're fighting birds. This is where Farfetch'd shows up and Pidgeot, or not Pidgeot, Pidgeotto. Pidgeot isn't in the base set, so we won't be seeing Pidgeot. Neither of these guys can evolve. In fact, there's only one monster in all of Area 8 that can evolve, and we haven't even encountered it yet. Well, that's alright, whatever. We'll get through the sky. The reason I chose, like, to go this direction with things, it was entirely because of the available battle backgrounds. Like, all of the areas we've been through have been, dang it, what am I trying to say? Their battle backgrounds were available in the default game assets. So I was like, well, how am I going to get the characters into the sky? And presumably you would encounter things like this through an airship, like an actual airship mechanic. But we don't have that. So I was like, okay, well, let's put some birds up here, and well, you'll see where we end up beyond this. I don't want to say too much. Although you could have found out if you used the keyboard code to decode some of the stuff I showed in the bestiary before. Oh, there's nothing over here. It is kind of nice being able to just fly around as Draco and scout for books when I don't remember where they all are. But I did include some, like, choke points that he can't fly through.
let's see. I want to say... I don't remember where they all are, dang it. I don't remember... There are multiple layers to the sky, though, so they're not all going to be on this map. It's actually one of the few locations that has, like, more than one map to its name. And hey, I brought back Charizards because I needed another monster up here. Because, like, the way I set up this game, I divided up the cards of the Pokemon base set into the areas as evenly as I could, but there weren't enough to fill out every area with the same number of monsters. So I compensated for that toward the end of the game by having monsters from the first section carry into the second, and then the section had a monster that carried into the third. Whereas in earlier areas with more monsters, only a monster from the second would carry into the third. But obviously, with this being the sky and all, Electabuzz, Alakazam, and Arcanine could have no possible excuse for getting up here, except maybe Alakazam just using telekinesis on himself or whatever. But that's a bit bogus, if you ask me. So, since I needed 3 monsters for this area and I didn't want to use repeats, I was like, well, I mean, repeats of common enemies. Obviously, Charizard is a repeat, but I was like, I gotta put something up here. And I was like, alright, I'll go with that. Go with that one. The first boss is now a common enemy. But that's actually going to change significantly in the next one, because, like, I imported all the monsters that Pokemon can evolve into, so obviously Pidgeot will be there, and the Pidgeotto, well, no, the Pidgey line was moved to what is currently Area 2, what will be Area 7, with the mountain and all that. And there goes Mirror Move. It's a basic art. I think that's the only thing he can mimic, actually, with Mirror Move. Because all the other characters don't have offensive abilities. They're natural to them. But anyway, I mostly stuck with that to flesh things out. But, hold on a second, can I actually get anywhere down here? I mean, you can, but there's no reason to. I probably should have just pinched that off. Whatever. I'm not missing anything out here, am I? Was there really only that one book? I know Pidgeotto has 2 moves, and Farfetch'd does as well. Not that they're worth having, but I need to have them. Like I said, there are multiple layers to the sky, so there might be more elsewhere. What was I saying? Alright, I was trying to explain. While I tried to stick with just evolutions for that, there were a couple other monsters that were conspicuously absent. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous episode, but Articuno and Moltres are going to be joining the roster, along with Zapdos. I mean, Zapdos is already here. He was a boss early in this RPG, because he's in the base set, but for whatever reason the other 2 ain't. But, like, I decided I would make them mini-bosses in Area 7, where Zapdos is the boss of the mountain instead of Machamp. And when we get to the sky, well, all 3 of them will be the common encounters here. So, won't that be fun? We'll be up here fighting legendary birds instead of Pidgeys and Farfetch'ds, Pidgeottos, whatever. Birds. How many times have I confused a Pidgey for another member of the Pidgey line? Just talking about this right now. It's quite sad. Utterly pathetic. But yeah, we're gonna have the birds up here, and the bosses are going to be appearing as common enemies in later areas. Like, I think the Charizard for that version is ending up in the desert now. And I tried to set it up so that things would appear in places that made sense for them to. Like, the whole reason the mountain is going to be Area 7 instead of Area 6 is because I wanted Nidoking to be the new boss at the castle, because I feel like that just makes sense. I mean, it was funny having it be Chansey, but it makes more sense that Nidoking is the boss of the castle. But I didn't want Nidokings running around in the ruins. I felt like that didn't really work. And if the castle was still Area 7, and Nidoking was the boss of Area 7, then you would be able to encounter Nidokings earlier than intended by going to Area 8. Or, well, no, by going to the... What am I trying to say? Bleh! It's whatever. The problem with Nidoking being the boss of Area 7 is that he would have to be in Area 8 as a common enemy, and I didn't like that. So I moved the castle segments to Area 6, and then the Nidokings appear on the mountain as Area 7, and then the ruins have things that I feel are more fitting for the ruins. Okay. This area is significantly more expansive, and a lot less Draco-oriented. It's just as well. I'm almost certain there are some books out here somewhere. Actually, I think the rest of the books might be out on the screen. There should be 3 of them. We'll keep going until we find them. I mean, we gotta. It's kind of over after all of this. If we beat Mewtwo, and it turns out at the end of the credits that I don't have a perfect score, I'm gonna be so upset. Then again, will we even get there? Because, like, I mean, we've still got an hour. It's a long time, but am I gonna have the time to finish this? There's still some pretty tough fights up ahead, honestly. Like, especially before Mewtwo. Lots of fighting to do. Still lots of fighting to do. Might not get through the whole thing. Hey, that's the best shield in the game. Let's equip it. Who should I give it to, though? I wish Ferris could equip that. Eli's slightly ahead of them. Who has less health? Fatty does. Alright, Fatty, you get that one. There you go. Also, we have a better weapon for you yet. Ooh, Heavy Poison is stronger. The Thunder Staff is not quite as strong, but it is better against some of the monsters out here. Would the elemental weakness outweigh the 10 points of damage? You know what? I think it probably would. And if it doesn't, whatever. I'm just kind of hitting lazy anyway. Alright, but like... I feel like I was trying to say something, and then I got sidetracked by the damage. Oh yeah, that's right. There's going to be more shields in the new version. Because since I imported all the evolutions into the Legendary Birds, I was able to flesh out each of the areas with the same number of monsters. And that means I can do more things with item slots and stuff. So, like, there's going to be 4 monsters in each section, and, well, there's going to be 4 in, like, the first section of each area, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, with carryovers like I did, or like I mentioned earlier. Oh dear, he killed Fat T with that. Oh dear. Well, geez, Pidgeotto. Didn't expect your Master Fruit to be so effective. Alright, how's about you? Get your all magic there, and you should revive him. There we go. He endured. Dang it. Don't endure your death. Live! Now I'm gonna advance heal again. Well, you do something. Strike him with lightning. Aw, man. Fatty lost out on the experience. Oh well. What was I gonna... Damn it. There was something I was gonna do. There was something I was gonna say. Alright, about the shields and stuff. So, like, because there are, Oop, I was gonna revive him first. Oh my god, I'm, like, so scatterbrained right now. But I'm trying to provide my commentary and fix my party, and everything is bad. It's just not working out. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. There, that's so much better. This was a dead end. I don't remember this segment of the sky because this map was added later, like a later version, and I don't remember everything about it, okay? I just don't... God, I can flee this one. Anyway, every area has the same number of monsters now, so I was able to dole out, like, more consistent drops for all of them. And I was able to add shields to every area instead of just most of them. So while this version had only like 5 shields, the next one is going to have a proper 8. 1 per area, and they all have like different properties. Like there's going to be a set of 4 shields that are varying in weight and defense. Okay, we definitely missed some books out here, so I'm going to like backtrack and just not fight things while I look for them. But like, yeah, the basic shields that don't have any special properties, you kind of just have to decide whether you want agility more or defense more. Because the higher the defense goes, the more agility it costs you. And you kind of find them in a progression such that like your gains of speed from leveling up will be offset by the new shields. Which is how it's going to help the monsters keep up with you, basically. And in that way, they're kind of straight upgrades to each other, but if you do decide you value speed more, you've still got that option, and I feel like that was important. But there are also going to be some shields with special properties, like I have one that raises attack, one that raises special. Stop! Stop, monsters, no! And there's another one that like blocks critical hits, which is one of the later ones you get, and an especially heavy one, because blocking crits is pretty intense. Like, most of the Pokémon actually got buffs to their critical hit rate, which is a bit scary, because, like, I think Mewtwo's is actually, like, down to 10%. Like, 1 in 10 of his hits is going to be a crit. And he's got a pretty high attack stat, even though he's like a special-oriented Pokemon, so... Whoo boy. But, like, well, we know we saw that book of Far there. Is there anything else out here? Is there anything else? Is that the only book? Did we find another one, and I just don't remember? Alright, let's go. Oh, wait, do I gotta, like... Do I gotta pass those weird blocks? I think I gotta go on this side of the weird blocks to get that. Over here. Yeah, this is how we get it. Give me that book of Far. It's better not be Leak Slap, I'll be sad. It's Leak Slap. Leak Slap's so useless. So utterly useless.